Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Figment Quad 4, and I'm going to show you my player piano today. Here it is. Ignore that. That's version 3 of the piano. This is version 4, the final, the apex, the zenith of piano creation over 2 days of arduous work. I was on vacation. Alright, so here's the piano itself. I got a bench here for players to stand on and watch the keys go up and down as the music plays. So if we push the key, or the button, it plays for Elise. Now I can have this play anything, but I don't. I only have one song. I could plug in another one if I wanted. Alright, here's how it works. These redstone torches provide constant power into these repeaters. Now these repeaters, if a block was placed here, it would do two things. If you don't know anything about redstone, this isn't going to make any sense. And this video, probably not for you. But if you want to learn how to make this piano, when you push redstone into a block, like so, it powers both the command block below it, and it'll power the note block in front of it. Now each of these note blocks has a different note corresponding to the key on the keyboard on the piano. Using World Edit, it's way easier to set these because you can actually, let me show you. You can grab one and you can set it for, it sounds terrible because it's on stone, but I'm not going to fix that because I'm just showing this real quick. If you stack it, boom sauce, this one is already at one of, it doesn't start over, so you can actually take one at the base thing, stack it, click once, and then every time you stack it you just click once instead of going through and clicking a bajillion times, because that was extremely annoying. Alright, so each of these has the correct note, and if you know anything about the note blocks, they can only go from F sharp past middle C, past one more F sharp, and then all the way up to that F sharp. That's their range, and it has to be on dirt, like so. See, it's on dirt, for it to be able to play a piano. If it's on stone, it plays a, dirt, other things work too, but dirt's what I got here. These command blocks, what they do is they will set a block. This squiggly thing is called a peña. It's right below your escape key on your keyboard. And if you, when this gets powered, instead of setting direct coordinates, the peña means relative to itself. If there's no number after the peña, it means 0. So set block at the same x coordinates, which are these, going this way, 1 up on the y coordinate, so 1 higher, right above it, and then -4 on the z, which happens to be that way. You can tell by hitting F3 and seeing your coordinates and seeing which way it goes. But basically, it's right over there, right in front of that repeater. The 35 is the item ID for white wool. And it doesn't really matter what I'm putting there as long as power can go through it, so pretty much any block. I could have put 1s there. I did 35 because I like wool, I don't know why. So, when this gets powered, it does the note so you can hear it, and it also powers the command block, creating a block here. Now, it disappears, but it's supposed to. Boom, boom, boom. Basically what happens when this gets put there, you can't even see the redstone, that's how quick it is. The redstone goes through it, the current goes over here, hits these command blocks. These command blocks have set air, and again with the peña, so it's relative. So what these command blocks right here do is they are what press the key. So this says 14 this way, which is okay, that's in the way. 14 this way would be this. And so the first row clears this. As you can see, this row here would clear the very end. Now, since these are black keys, I replaced it with black wool, so I knew that it was not going to have all 4 go down, because the 2 in white I do not want to go down 2. So these 2 command blocks will make just the black parts go down, which is too fast for you to be able to see, unfortunately. Oops. Cancel that. I wish I could see it, but there's no way I can get over there. Anyway, so what this does is this creates a block here. This block allows power to go through here, pushing down the appropriate key. As you can see over here, it does 4 because the white key is actually 4 things. And what I have going on is below here, it looks like the key is being pressed. Really, there's just white underneath there and black underneath there. So all that's happening is it's getting rid of, like for the black key, it's just destroying these 2, just like I just did, and it looks like it's pressed. That's how it gets that appearance. So it will destroy the key, and then make it look like it's pressed. Then this here, what does this do? These get rid of the blocks here. So the block that was placed there and the block that was placed there, these 2 command blocks erase that, both of those, so that it's reset to be able to be used again. Then we have a short delay of 8 game ticks before it comes here, and what these do is these reset it as wool. And you can see I've changed these end ones to replace it with black. Well, the 15 makes it black instead of just white. So there you have it, basically what happens. This is the processor, as I've called it, although I'm not sure technically what a processor is and if this counts, but what happens is over there, I'll show you in a minute, the ribbon, as I call it, puts a thing here, plays the note, creates a block there, destroys both of these blocks, pushes the key down, waits a second, and puts the key back up. So it's a pretty sophisticated thing because this always is playing the right note, and this whole unit right here can actually be moved anywhere I want, and since the command blocks are relative, their actions are, doing things relative to itself, you can move it, it won't be a problem. This part, however, you cannot move. You'd have to reprogram it. Basically what happens is when I push the button, the current goes through. You can see in the back the wool appearing, disappearing very quickly, and the delayed keys going up. So this current just goes through, and each of these command blocks puts a wool in the correct spot. And that's the end of the song. So we'll just go look at this first one. That's the coordinates for, what's it start on? I can't remember. It's do. I believe it's the E. Yeah, it's E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E. Those are the first few notes. So this will take on E, which is where right here. It'll put a block there. So if I push the button, you should see a block appear right there. I don't know if you'll be able to even. Yep. Did you see how the E was right there? So what that first command block does is put the E there, and then it, that does, the processor does the rest. So the ribbon is just a series of repeaters which slow the current to keep it so it's this instead of super fast or all happening basically at once. And so it'll do the key. And if you wanted to, you can go in here and change the timing. So if there's a part that goes too fast, I could go in and just change the repeater to where it would take a little longer. I haven't really programmed this song specifically. I just did each note in between each note. I think it's just a short delay of the exact same length. So it's not perfect timing. But to add more to this, all you would do is, also if you wanted to play 2 notes at the same time, it would be pretty easy. I could just put a command block here, put some redstone on top of it, and program it with, I don't know, let's steal this one. Set block to whatever that note was back there. Bada bing, bada boom. Now it'll play 2 notes at the same time, which will probably sound pretty cacophonous, but at least it's in the same key, so it's not that bad. can see it back there in the background. Here it comes. Ah, that wasn't too bad. But it played 2 keys at once because I put 2 next to each other. So you could actually have this being playing several notes at the same time. As many as you could fit around here, which is actually pretty decent. I could fit way more than I need. I mean, I could do a bunch this way. This one right here is more limited, but I could still do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 without interfering with anything. So it's pretty cool. Fix what I did. And then to add more, I would just, add 2 more repeaters right here, and then add another redstone with a command block, and just add the song. So this is the only part that takes some time. That part is already awesome. So if I wanted to add another song, I could just add another ribbon. I could make it go straight out. I could make it go up and down. I didn't have to weave it like this, but that's just what I did this time, because this is my first time. And then you would have another button, and then I would add signs that labeled it and say for release, and in the Hall of the Mountain King, etc. So I'm not sure what else to tell you about this. It's pretty simple, actually. It just took a little bit for me to come up with it. So again, this has been Figment Quad 4. Thanks for watching.